We should be live, I think.
Yeah, I think we're live.
Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, there we go.
All right, so we had technical difficulties.
As always.
So we're live. I guess we'll get right back to where we were if you want to pull that tweet up.
Yep, that's exactly
I don't think
what
anybody
we
heard what we said.
So, everybody was wondering what.
I'll read it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Season 3 of Lolcow Live starts on Tuesday, April 29th. The third host of Lolcow Live will be selected. The Aussie new host will be selected. All the shows are canceled and a new schedule for the universe is revealed. Boogie replied underneath, "How in the fuck are you naming a new host when we literally have not discussed it? You're a retard. We never held tryouts. What the fuck?" So yeah, Lolcow universe is completely imploding. Everybody's infighting. Shows are getting canceled. People are getting fired. New hosts are getting chosen. Nobody has any idea what's going to happen tomorrow. But we're not going to react to what happens tomorrow yet.
Nope.
We're going to react to what happened a few days ago.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to pull up the clip here. And I'm going to share my window with you as well.
Yep.
1 second. Nobody can see anything I'm doing.
While you're doing that,
I clicked the wrong one.
That McJuggernuggets is going to be the replacement host.
I've heard from so many people that that's who's going to replace him, but I don't know.
You know why? You know why it seems like it's him? If they didn't hold tryouts.
They didn't hold
Why
tryouts.
is it doing the watch streams? God damn it! It better not be this fucking retarded shit.
There you go. Oh my! I clicked the wrong one.
Let me hang up and call you back.
Oh, there you go. Oh man, I'm gonna work on fixing the title for the audience members here. So, I don't necessarily believe it's going to be Juggernauts, and here's why I don't think it's going to be him. I just, why him? It was like, my thing is, why him? Why of all people him? It doesn't seem right, if you ask me. And we all know that Boogie is not Boogie, but Wings is a fucking crybaby and a half, and doesn't ever want to come back. We all know that he is. He's one of the biggest fucking crybabies on the face of this planet.
Well, okay, the reason why McJuggernuggets, the reason why he is probably going to be the host, in my prediction, is he asked publicly to be the host on an episode of Lolcow Live, and Keem said he'd think about it or something. And now that they're not holding tryouts, to me it seems logical that they work something out behind the scenes.
Oh, you know what? It makes sense.
But anyway, I think this is the stream that finally broke the camel's back and made Keemstar make this decision on these changes, whatever these changes are for the LCU, because he's just had enough of this bullshit, man. We have to watch and react to this stuff because it's fucking crazy. Also, behind the camera recently, he got into a domestic violence dispute of some kind and ended up being arrested, and Keem has to sweep for that again. And it's like, dude, how many crimes do you need to sweep up for your co-host or your employees? It's getting ridiculous.
The fact he's not in jail is nothing short of a miracle in my book. I'm referring to Keemstar, by the way, not Kid Behind the Camera. I'm glad Kid Behind the Camera has found himself in a lovely little prison cell where he belongs.
Yeah, we'll see if it holds up.
Yeah, why am I doubtful it will? But I'm going to go ahead and start listening to some of this clip, shall we?
Yeah.
I I just might fire someone. I don't fucking know.
Better not be me, bitch.
I mean, me, bitch.
Well, I mean,
right
you
off
want
the
me to
bat.
fire everyone. Oh my God. What's up with the members? Do you know that Mafia Milkers did 440?
400 members today.
440. And we are like fucking 22.
Yeah, that's one of the 3-4 shows that are working right now. I have no, I want to make it clear. I have no beef with Rewind, and I have no beef with Milkers.
All right, hold up, Tim.
Queen's
Time
is
out.
another fucking story.
The fuck? Hold on a second. Let me fucking call back again. 'Cause it's being fucking.
Gotta love YouTube. I gotta love Discord, actually. And more Discords. The voting for you now?
Oh, I'm trying to watch the fucking clip. I'm trying to watch the fucking clip, and it does the watch stream bullshit on here, which is the whole reason we went to a private call.
Right.
All right, now we should be good. Play your clip.
Well, I wanted to stop and say real quick. He says he has no beef with any of the other shows, but he wants them axed.
That sounds like beef to me.
I don't know, man. I don't sound like you don't have any issues with anybody like that. Oh, look at the title right there. Look at that. Oh, there's links right there. Fucking can't get away from her no matter what I fucking do.
Fucking cafe. For sure, 100%. You're getting another. Okay, let me explain.
Double standards and clickbait.
Can I talk? You don't mind if I do that?
You might as well. I mean, I didn't have a title and thumbnail, so I titled that. So you might as well just. I mean, what does it matter? You went in the fucking Discord and started fucking calling out
I did,
and
and I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I'll call them out right here. Listen, since Fat Camp, one of the things you and I agreed on at Fat Camp, Becky took up too much of your time. Right? You wanted to focus on the main show. How'd that work in the month of April?
Boogie.
Now,
Boogie, I'll let you rant. But why don't you do something? Why don't you put a goal? You want me to fire Cafe? I'll fire Cafe. I'll make it a whole new show. I'll rebrand the whole fucking thing. All right? It ain't working anyways. Make a goal. 300 members. I'll do it. There you go.
Deal. 300 fucking. Can you set goals for that? It's only donation goals.
Well, we can see the new members. It's like literally on the stream.
300 new members. We fucking shit can cafe.
Okay.
Help me fucking do it.
Go make your rant.
Okay. At the beginning, at the end of Fat Camp, we made the agreement that we were going to focus on the main show. And the other shows will be able to take care of themselves. And we will hire people that will take care of their own shows. Mike would take care of his show. Xylee and Billy, we know they can take care of their show. Mike is taking care of Milkers, and they're doing a pretty good job. And you know what? To give Becky all the credit in the world, Keem has had to spend way less time dealing with Becky. So what does Keem?
I have to go on a rant.
Focus on our main.
Go ahead.
Fucking go on a rant. My fucking neighbor decided now's the fucking time to mow the lawn when I have a fucking podcast to do. It's making the dogs bark. The fucking clip is playing at like fucking 1 decibel while everything around me is loud as fuck. And I'm fucking trying to do a fucking podcast.
Also, there should be a way to
Take the clip.
give me 1 second. I think there's a way to share stream audio. Yeah.
I'm dizzy.
I didn't know I could do that. Anyhow.
No, he gets drugged down by nerds, gets drugged down by gaming, gets drugged down by test, and this morning gets drugged down by cafe. We're supposed to have a daily meeting at noon. What time did you call me, boss?
It was a little late because I was dealing with the other shows.
4 hours later, because he's dealing with all of these smaller channels. And I'm
Way to turn this clip up on my end.
If
It's
you're
like a whisper.
unsatisfied with the state of Lolcow,
Yeah, it does feel like a whisper in my end, and I've got it all the way up.
these smaller shows. Now, this fucking genius decides to hold tryouts to have more shows to micromanage. When the reality of it is, axe the ones you've got. Axe the ones you've got that are taking up more time than they are making money. And the dumbest part about this is what pissed me off about the conversation. I went into Lolcow Live to just bitch in my chat. If Beans was to be in Cafe, Beans would be in Cafe. Beans was in Lolcow Live. And I went and I said, I'm pissed off at Keemstar. Keem is not doing what he promised. He's not concentrating on the main show. Beans is like, well, let me tell you why I got into an argument today. Fucking...
Hey, you're the one that wants me to fire people. So when these members come in, you got to shout them out.
Deal. Absolutely.
Do you see who just gifted 5?
Let's see. Yo, Rye Dogger, thanks for gifting 5. God bless you, my friend. I appreciate you. Thanks for 5 gifted. Shan Recorder. Let's go.
All right, continue with your rant. Continue with your rant.
And so I told Beans I'll bring her in here. I'll have this entire conversation in front of you too. I told Beans, I said, look, you have 3 options in this world. And number 1, if you think you know better than Keemstar, leave. Keem's holding you back. Okay? Fucking take Ken with you. Go start your own fucking show. If you know better than Keemstar, go out on your own. I would check to see how everybody else that went on their own is doing first, though, before you make that fucking dumb goddamn decision. Your second option is to listen to the man and make money.
Quit kissing his ass.
Absolutely. Why? Because when I ride that dick, I make money. Ride that dick, Ken. Do what it takes. Listen to the man. He knows how to make money. Or your third option is keep dragging him down, keep bitching at him every day, and you'll get fucking fired. You don't like the decisions he's making? Oh, one of the things they complain about, you're talking about moving Cafe to a different time. That's the equivalent of moving something you don't want anymore out to the garage. Because you know in 6 months, you'll clean your fucking garage and throw it away. You just don't have the balls to throw it away now, so you're moving it out to the fucking garage. That's what he's doing. They can't make money. Rastov is one of the most money-making motherfuckers out there. Prince money, okay? Does it at 4 a.m. in the goddamn morning, dude makes money, okay? He sends a money-making audience to Cafe. Oh, can we talk about coffee sales? Can we talk about coffee sales?
First of all, let me recognize one thing. All right.
You want to go first, or should I go first?
Honest to God, I'm gonna be honest, I heard almost nothing of the fucking clip. Honest to God, I had this fucking neighbor next door fucking mowing the lawn with the loudest fucking lawnmower ever. Yes, killed our first stream. The fucking dogs are barking out their ass. I don't have a fucking beard anymore for no fucking reason. What has this show become?
So I'll go ahead and speak about it. And so Boogie wants to say here, he wants to talk about how Cafe doesn't make any money. Like, Cafe isn't doing this, Cafe isn't doing that. That Beans should ride his dick and do this and that and the other. Boogie, you ain't the reason why Lolcow Live is making money. You were at one point, not because you yourself are entertaining, because you're not entertaining whatsoever. It's the fact that you kept doing stupid shit, getting called out for it, and then getting made fun of. That made the show a fuck ton of money. So the fact that you seem to know more than this person is highly illogical. And then to say that Keemstar knows everything is even more highly illogical. Because Keemstar doesn't really know what he's doing. He's just basing it on like the few people in his inner circle of a special server called the Jester Circle That is a special Discord where he goes with his little butt buddies and they talk in there about how they run the entire universe. Yes, how do I know about this? Is because the same leaker that leaked all the stuff about Keemstar happens to be friends with me. So that's how I know all this stuff. So Boogie, don't act like you're smarter than him. You're really not. Because if you truly are smarter than these people, explain to me why you got caught faking cancer. Explain to me why you would go with the idea of that you murdered a 3-year-old with a car, knowing that it's a completely fake story that was made up, knowing for a fact that you are admitting to something that is truly horrendous. So I don't fucking buy that you're smarter than them. I really don't. Not one part of me buys that shit. Just none of me buys that.
My dog has something to say, apparently.
Go ahead.
Calm down.
Oh, he's adorable.
Calm down. Good Lord. She's definitely afraid of lawnmowers.
Oh, no.
She's afraid of everything.
Not Lynx. Not Lynx. The X of Lynx, and no, not Blade, the other X. Which is something I feel like I have to explain because people think I'm still friends with Lynx, even though I've made it clear Saturday night I'm not friends with that bitch. I am not friends with that bitch. You fuck off to the four winds of the earth.
You know what? Here's the thing. Boogie needs to fucking realize Keemstar gave him a chance. He gave him a chance to make money, to save his house, save his mortgage. And when he was the know-nothing creator anymore and he needed money, Keemstar gave him a hand up. What does he do with everybody below him? He wants to pull the fucking ladder up. He wants them homeless. He could go fuck himself. Fake Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, you know what? That's even more true. Like, this motherfucker really thinks that it's okay for him to make money, but everybody else gets to go fuck themselves. Just everybody below him gets to go fuck themselves.
He's greedier than Keemstar. He's greedier than Keemstar.
That is very much so true. He's fucking greedy as hell. What's to say?
It'd be like, what's it your fucking business what Cafe's doing? Cafe could have their fucking show. They could do their fucking show to their little 200 dweebs that watch their fucking show and just stay in your lane. Cancer again to get 20,000 views. Shut the fuck up, man.
Again, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the only reason why he made money is because he did a whole bunch of stupid shit and got called out for it. That's the only reason why he made any kind of money. If it wasn't for that, he wouldn't have made no money. He would be fucking homeless right now. Or selling off what little stuff he's got and then ragging on the internet. Like, I can't make money. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. People are mean to me. I fucking wonder why. Maybe it's because you keep lying your ass off. You bragged about how you were a rich millionaire. You lost that money. You cried on the internet begging for mercy. And then you're threatening to shoot somebody. Then you shoot at somebody. Yes, granted, Frank is an asshole and my opinion deserves an ass whooping. But even so, you shouldn't have just randomly fire your gun. If you're going to fire your gun, shoot the person then. Instead of firing fucking wildly.
What if the third host is Frank Hassel?
That would be great. That would be fucking great. Oh my God, that would be great.
Because it's been talked about. All right, I think everything's getting calmed down over here on my end now. We can continue the clip.
Hopefully.
Let me give the audience some context, okay? At the beginning of the month, Madhouse, Test, Cafe and Nerds were tied for last place. All 4 of them were in a tie for making the least amount of revenue. And one of those shows is supposed to get fired. And I told everyone at the beginning of this month, hey, it's on. Don't be the little show. Don't be in last place. Not only is Nerds in first place out of all those shows, but Nerds is actually outperforming Aussie right now. So Nerds is safe. Madhouse is safe. Test is up 20%. The only show not doing well is Cafe. Go ahead.
Nerd safe because Buff Weed listens instead of make money, and also Zayzuda hits the buttons, I guess. Madhouse is safe because he's doing his own thing, making his own money.
Super chatted $19.99. Keem creaming boogie.
Gaming is
what the fuck? What the fuck? Really?
Gaming is the dumpster out back. He's not ready to throw it out, so he throws it on gaming. Test is. I don't know what the fuck is happening on Test. Nobody knows.
I just got done telling Nightmare, I can't give you guys advice because I don't watch your show. All I know is your numbers are up, so keep going on.
Oh, here comes Becky.
Here's this fucking bitch. I'm sorry I complimented you. If complimenting you is what brings you in here, I don't know. I'll never do it again.
I wasn't listening, and I'm sorry I'm interrupting. Keem, how the fuck are you gonna let the milkers do what they just did? Fuck are you gonna let them show my house like that? How did you let them get away with that? You could have stopped that. You could have ended that. You know that's a line I never wanted crossed.
When did they do this? I didn't see it.
Today, while you were busy celebrating that they got 450 members, they got it off my back from showing my house.
Okay, I didn't know this. This is the first time I'm knowing about it.
Pay attention. Maybe you should pay attention because they just got 450 members at what fucking cost? At what cost?
Becky, I'm sorry. I didn't know they did
super
this.
Chatted $20. Boogie, you are being a petty bitch again. However,
Yeah,
you
cry
are not
about
the
it,
worst
pussy.
anymore.
Cry, bitch, cry. No one cares.
Stolen your crown.
Yeah, you
But
muted
know
me.
that in
You
our
muted me
hearts,
on your
you
fucking
will
show.
always be the king of unstable, petty people, laughing face.
Thank you.
Keem, I'm telling you right now, after what she did, if Savage isn't fired, I leave. I'm not here anymore.
Oh, well, goodbye, then.
Wow. Where do I start? Where can I start with that? You know what? I'll finish with Boogie. I'll finish with my thoughts on Boogie. Discord's losing it. Can't even get his audio through. So while he fixes his end, I'm gonna continue ranting on about.
Just calmly, I was just calmly gonna say, Boogie can go jump off the highest cliff.
Boogie jump his clip. Asking that motherfucker, did you forget what his jumping jacks looked like? They weren't even jumping jacks. It was like flopped his arms in the air like a fat retard. It was so bad. And so Boogie to tell people, oh, go cry about it. Well, motherfucker, take your pain, shove up your ass, and go do some more jumping jacks while you're at it. Becky coming in, like, holy shit. That's a wild accusation. Exposed my house for 450 new members. At what, like $10 a member, if I'm not mistaken? It was like the cheapest you can get.
$5 for Band World. But yeah, she showed the fucking video. It's about fucking time. I don't care if Mike don't show it. Fuck her. Show it. She lied about the rape anyway.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have much sympathy for her, but however, I don't like Savage either. Savage can fuck off.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think if it comes down to Becky stays or Savage stays, Keemstar's going to pick Becky. She's the piggy cash cow.
She's the, for the lack of a better phrase, there's a reason why she has big milkers.
Dude, did you just say that?
Yes, I did.
Did you say that? We're gonna get fucking canceled. Did you
I don't
say
care.
that? Do you
Don't
realize
care.
we're just gonna get fucking canceled now?
Don't care. There's a reason why she has big milkers. There's a reason why. We all know it. We all know it. The simps who paid for it know it. The simp in the chat knows it too.
You talking about yourself?
Oh,
Yourself?
fuck no. I'm not subscribed to that shit. I'm not a big fan of plus size girls like that. Not the ones that like lose their ever loving mind every 5 seconds and jiggle around like they're fucking Patrick Starfish. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. I'm such an asshole.
God.
Let's continue.
And she knew it. Michael has told
Yeah,
her.
please
She
do.
fucking
Oh,
knew.
well.
You and Michael both allowed that to happen.
Oh, well, you had such a good time last night dragging me and right. See, now how's it feel? Get over it, bitch. Get over it.
Shut up.
Get over it.
I nobody wanted you here because
Get
you
over
wanted to ruin
Get over
lives.
it. Cry me a river. Cry, cry, cry. Shit.
You far
I can tell Keemstar is just like, what?
Nope. You started it first, bitch. You started it first. Oh well.
He's frustrated.
You
Oh well.
Guys.
The look on Boogie's face, though. The look on Boogie's face is great. I will say that. That look of absolute horror.
This look.
Hold on, real quick. Let's see if you can recreate it. Yeah, well, it looks like he's like in a state of horror and a state of wanting to go to sleep.
This needs to be a fucking a thumbnail pic right here, real quick.
Done.
You get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I'll edit that down
All
later. That's gonna be great.
own show
Okay.
because they
Yeah, goodbye.
queens.
Wait, stop,
Fix it.
stop, both of you. Listen, okay? You all are in a fight. Stop involving me and Mike, all right?
No,
Exactly.
Mike could have pulled the plug on that stream. You pulled the plug on my
I was
stream
not
yesterday.
there.
Mike was there. Mike was
Oh well.
there.
Oh well, you sat over there last night and dragged me for filth. What did you expect, Becky? What did you expect?
Showing your house.
You can't handle it?
You
Is that
was
what it is?
lying.
You
knew
can't
it was
handle it?
lying
Hey,
to not be crossed because it was tied hand in hand with my sexual assault. You
Don't care.
No,
Yeah.
stop.
Don't care.
Becky, wait, get out of here, Savage.
She lied about that sexual assault.
Savage, get out of here.
Fix it.
Listen,
Fire her.
Becky.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Becky.
Fire her and fix it.
Oh my god.
Oh my God! I'm
Y'all
just
don't-
scanning through
Super chatted
milkers right now. They
$20.
showed
Pig cries now, but it was okay to bring Flavis kids into it.
Y'all don't know what I deal with on a daily basis. You don't understand my stress.
all the more reason not to add more to your fucking plate, retard.
You know what?
More reason to fire some of these dumb shit shows that are arguing back.
I'll
with
tell you when I told Ken and Beans earlier today that I had to move them to 6 and they started talking shit to me, I was like this close to firing them both. I was this close because it was like
He wants to move
bro,
the
you can't
cafe
be
to
the last
6 a.m.
show and talk shit to me.
Oh wow.
Like you can't. Like
Kind of stream
I gotta
get any
deal with
views
this
at
shit
6
on a daily basis.
a.m. That's like
And
some
those
stream
shows
shit that I
actually
would
make
do.
money.
in Discord, Ken said, and again, I had a very civil conversation with Ken. Ken said he can't be here during the stream, which I understand. So, Ken, I hope I'm not misrepresenting you. But he said it's the equivalent of someone getting moved to the night shift, right? Getting moved to that slot. I said, yeah, when you move somebody.
Honestly, when I did the night shift, I had a great time, and it sounded like your dog hooked himself on his collar.
Yeah.
My dogs have done that in the past. It was fucking
Their
hysterical.
mother walked in. So anyway,
To get back to it, I was gonna say, well, here's the thing.
you know,
My argument against Ken on that one is that a lot of the night shift actually is one of the best times to work.
that hat to me, would you?
Yeah, and the reason why I say night shift is one of the best time to work is because you get paid the most amount, you work the most amount of hours, and you deal with the least amount of customers. In this particular case, when you live stream, you deal with quite a few, but you make a lot of money because a lot of those people have a lot of money.
You want to deal with customers if you're streaming, though. You want to deal with customers. Customers are paying members.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Chatters. So yeah, they don't want to be in the fucking doldrums of the fucking 24-hour loop that Keemstar wants to make, but somebody has to. Might as well be the least popular show, right?
what I'm saying here is that the night shift argument doesn't make sense for what he's saying. That's what I'm hinting at. Because think about it, you look at Queens and Rewind and Aussie shows like that are working into the midnight hours. So they're going to have a lot of people that have a lot of money, that have a lot of time to kill, and don't have a lot to do. That's what I'm saying. It would make more sense if he said, if it was.
Hey, are you muted?
No, I'm not muted.
Oh, okay. Anyway, what I was going to say is, you know, we're going to find out tomorrow what the schedule is. So we'll break down the schedule then. There's no point in debating the schedule right now because we haven't seen it yet.
Right.
So I'm ready to move on if you are.
I just wanted to note that real quick, that I agreed with Boogie to some extent about the firing of people, because when you get shit like that constantly happening, at some point you gotta say, fuck it, cut it, I'm done.
No, but here's why it's dumb. What would you do right now for a channel that has 10,000 subs?
It's not too much I wouldn't do. I mean, I wouldn't start an OnlyFans for 10,000.
Want a channel 10,000 subs. So he has all these channels that are like between 5 to 15,000 subs, like Cafe and stuff like that, and Test and whatnot. So he's just gonna let the channels die, fight all these people and let the channels die. I mean, I think and then all these people are gonna go compete against you then also if you fire them. So Keemstar, it's like, wait, why are you bitching, man? You're getting 50% of all the revenue from all these shows anyway. Just let them cook. Who cares? You're telling them what time to go on. They're giving you half their check. Shut up and keep scamming them.
I suppose he doesn't like it when people bruise his ego.
Yeah, well, I got news for him. If he thinks Cafe having 200 viewers loses his ego because they can't get it to 600, I mean, River, that's like your 11th best show. Like, so what? You're going to have a show that's the worst show no matter what. And Grim comes in the call, makes that point too. There has to be someone in last. Just like when people complain about, well, the state of Minnesota has the 50th highest ranked education system. Somebody has to be last. When Mario Kart World comes out and there's 24 racers, guess what? Somebody has to be in last place.
I'm about to say, on the education scale, that I disagree with education being last. I think everyone should have equal, what's it called? States should be given more funding for.
I'm saying there's. Right. But I'm saying there's 50 states, right? And every state gets ranked. Therefore, there must be a state that's ranked last.
Yeah, that's.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I would argue on the idea that we should not be ranking them. Instead, we should be trying to help them. So saying, "Oh, that's the worst state. Don't go there to get educated." Instead, what are we doing wrong, and what can we do to fix that? Which is what I think Keemstar should be doing.
The idea behind the rankings. The idea behind the rankings is to find out what works and what doesn't. And that could still be true for the Lolcow universe. What works, what doesn't, and trying to improve it. But when you're constantly threatening people's jobs all the time, that has got to get grating on these guys, especially considering they have no lives and they're completely dependent on this income.
Or like even if they're working jobs, the jobs they're working is barely enough to get by, and this is what's helping them get by.
Or I'm convinced most of them that run the LCU don't have jobs because Keemstar is able to constantly maneuver the schedule. Well, how the fuck are you supposed to work a regular ass job? You know what I mean? If you don't know when you're supposed to be on, it'd be like with me and you, we got regular ass responsibilities. We have to schedule our shit out ahead of time. We can't just willy nilly be like, well, I guess we're changing to every day at 4 p.m. We're streaming. We just can't do that and expect that to work.
No, when we made our decisions of when we were going to stream, we moved everything around to fit those time schedules. Whether we were streaming now or streaming
right, but instead, Keemstar willy-nilly wants to just move everything around whenever he sees fit.
Or whenever, or just because he's bored.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter that they're coming out with the schedule tomorrow. How long is it going to last? A month, and then he changes the schedule again. Book it. Watch it now. Keem today, Keem tomorrow. How's he any different than Review Tech USA in some ways? He's just RTU with more money and a beard that's not gray, only because he dyes it. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, you're good. We're gonna hear from Beans then, huh?
Night shift instead of firing them, you're doing them a favor because you could instead fire them and put them on the fucking breadline, Ken. You're being given a shot to make the night shift work. You should be fucking grateful. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't disagree with that.
Hi, Keemstar.
Hello.
So what is this shit talking that I was doing?
$19.99. That's way so funny.
Well, the conversation.
Hey, welcome to Cash Cow Jay. Glad to have you. Thank you for 9 months, Sly Guy. Keep those memberships coming. If we get 300, I get to fire Beans and Ken live. Let's go.
Okay, maybe shit talking is the wrong way to frame it, but you guys were basically putting the blame on me because you were saying that I moved the time to noon and that I only told you on some date that you were thinking about pulling you off and putting you on another show, and I was basically what shit talk. You guys were shit talking me. You were basically saying like, well, it ain't our fault, it's your fault. You did these things. That's what your response was.
No. So at no point did I ever tell you no to 6 a.m. Me personally, Ken, I don't know. But me personally, I never told you no. The only thing that I'm letting you know is that a lot of people are getting whiplash because of all the changes that's been happening. Now, I don't know if you're doing this intentionally, but this is kind of like show suicide. You're doing some permanent solutions to some temporary problems, right? Now, I was going to save this for tomorrow's show. I was going to do $50 donos, and I'll reveal something that I said in the cafe chat. But I'll say it right now because not a lot of people are in the Discord, and this is what I said whenever Boogie was talking to me. I said, and this is quote, word for word, what I told you. Because you told me I don't grasp that we're in last place. I told you, I don't think you grasp that you told us on the 5th of April how we were doing this month before it barely even started. You told us you moved our time on the 16th. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Let me fucking talk.
Damn.
On the 16th, told us that you will pull me off on the 19th. And since the 19th, we've been changing stuff, doing more, and having more energy. Today is the 24th, which is 5 days from the 19th. And in the span of that time, how much more super chats and members have we gotten, including hosts of the LCU? We are experiencing more growth, and right now you're trying to snip it in the bud.
Okay. So
now I'm going to move forward. Okay, no, respond.
So you brought up multiple things. One, you think people are having whiplash. No, I put you in a time spot and it doesn't work, and you guys are in last place. So then I put you in another one to make sure you have a redirect.
Let me address this real quick.
From Rastov to try to help you out. That didn't work.
So Tim's is there almost anybody you know that watches more Lolcow content than me?
Well, maybe Eli, maybe.
But let me tell you something. I don't understand the fucking schedule. You're talking about an avid viewer. I'm completely lost because it has changed so much. They are whiplashing their audience. Don't know anymore. Outside of, I kind of generally know it's nerds at like, what is it? Nerds at 2 and Melkers at 4 and Lolcow Live at 6 and Queens at 8. I'm kind of lost on the shows that come on after. Oh, Rewind then at 10. After Rewind, I'm kind of lost. Before Nerds, I'm kind of lost. And it's like, you guys aren't sticking with shit. And that is going to cause whiplash too. Because it's not just the people that are working, the people that are donating, that are watching the show, expect the show to be on at a certain time. And when it's changing all the time, it may go against their work habits. Just like we have an audience that if we're not live at a certain time, we miss that audience. And we have to garner a new audience that's available.
Right. I was going to say, for me, like example, like everyone knows, about once a week, I'm going to post a drum cover. Fridays is Tech Talk. And then when I have time to live stream on the weekends, I live stream Epic or Trash, drum covers, live, or sometimes Late Night with a Gamer. It just depends on which one of the cycle I'm going to, because I have a cycle of which one I do for the live streams. But as they also have noted lately, I've dealt with a lot of personal drama, so that has taken away from what I've been working on. But since I have...
But here's the big difference. You are one guy, and this is not your full-time job, and or putting out content when you can, but we don't have members, we don't have super chats, or you as an individual yet don't have super chats yet, you don't have memberships, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really expected upon you to be consistent in that way. But this fucking show is backed by Keemstar. It should be more consistent than it is.
It's like our show's backed by O-Star, so there is a level of
Right.
consistency that's expected, but nowhere near where Keemstar is. And so I can understand.
Yeah, personal channels are personal channels. Boogie will put out a video when he wants to, which he hardly ever does. You know, all these other creators, they can put out a video whenever the fuck they want. In a structured environment where they had an audience and then all of a sudden you change the times, congratulations, you just lost some of that audience. Now you got to regain a new audience.
Yep, now you got to
And
gain.
since you're on a 24-hour loop anyway, why are you fucking with the time so much? Put the new shows on at 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. if you want the 24-hour loop.
Right. Why put the old shows on? They already built their audience. They already got people's attention. Why get the new one?
Even better. Keem and Boogie actually gave a shit about the smaller shows. Then why don't they go on at 4 a.m. and let some of the smaller shows take the prime time spots to try to build them up? No, they won't do that, because remember, Keemstar gets 75% of the Lolcow money right now without Wings there. And that's the big cash cow. Boogie gets his 25% stipend. Until they bring in this third co-host, which I don't know what his deal is. Keemstar probably pays him a flat rate and probably doesn't even give him 25%, but we'll see.
Yeah, we will see about that. We will see about him giving... Oh, fuck all the guns.
Because he won't talk about the money, so we won't know.
Maybe. Who knows? You never know with these fucking people. You just never know. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. They might leak it. I'm pretty sure he's going to get someone that's pretty airtight. That's why I keep saying McJuggernuggets. If it's McJuggernuggets, he ain't going to say shit. I hope to God it's Frank Castle.
Oh, my God. Or it would be even funnier, just to fuck with everybody, is Ethan Ralph. Just to fuck with everybody.
That's why he's been quiet, and then he just debuts tomorrow on Lolcow.
Yeah, he's like, and he's simultaneously live streaming on his channel as well.
If Ethan Ralph is on tomorrow, we're doing a special episode tomorrow.
Yeah, fuck it, might as well. I would.
Ethan, if it's Ethan Ralph.
We're gonna live react to that shit. Like, what the fuck?
Anyway, we better get back to it.
So let's go ahead and continue this clip because I'm sure this. Oh, that's a great set of faces I paused on. I just realized that. That's more thumbnail material for me.
Dude, we got Hassan fans in the chat.
Before, by the way.
And so two different.
And I
Not
just
yet.
It wasn't.
Oh,
So
thank
two
God.
different time slots that we've tried both times now, 8 a.m. and noon. You've been there twice now on each time slot. Still didn't work. So now it's like, okay, this has got to go to a time zone that hasn't, or a time slot that hasn't been tried yet.
In King's
6
defense, 6 a.m. makes
You know,
the
it's
most
gotta
sense
get
for
out of the
Cafe.
way.
It is a morning show.
No, but
Right.
the thing is that this is not the first time that we've been changed as well. We've been moved around more than 5 times. You've been switching us from 10 to 12 to 9 to back to 12 multiple times,
So
and that is the
Beans,
whiplash
Beans,
that I'm talking
That's what
about.
happens
But
when you
Beans,
don't work.
stop,
When it
stop.
doesn't work, they move you.
You're trying to convince everyone, right, that the show is not working because it's Keemstar's fault because Keemstar moved the time slot, right? That's your argument.
My argument is that we've been moved multiple times, and that's all I'm saying. If people want to say that that is why the show is failing, then that's their opinion. But I'm just stating the facts. You moved us more than multiple times in like the span of 2
why
or
are
3
you
days.
making-
Do you not think?
I'm gonna make you watch Cafe one
What is
day.
the point of
You're
making
good
the
at working anytime
argument?
slot.
What is the point of
I can tell from her voice that I would hate it. I would absolutely
Point is that
fucking
if we
hate
do
it.
have members or people
is
that are
annoying
dedicated to
as
Cafe and they
fuck.
like a certain time slot and they become accustomed to that time slot.
Well, we know who
and
Ken
then
is,
we
right?
move,
He's the other
and then all of a
co-host.
sudden, when
Yeah.
the time slot
Oh,
is
yeah,
not
that
very
stupid fat
convenient for
bastard.
them, they leave, and then we
That
go
show's
back, and they're
boring.
like they're having whiplash
Sounds
going
very
back and
boring.
forth on all
Sounds
these time
incredibly
slots
boring.
because you don't allow people to
Give
have
Cafe to me
change
and
and
you.
growth in an exponential. You want exponential growth. That's not going to happen.
So what you're saying
You'll be
is,
fired the
what
first
you're
day,
saying
kid.
is- what you're saying is,
Well, I wonder why.
We've been
Wait,
working on
But
drawing.
Let me
I
get
would
this
rather
straight.
start my phone
What
and
you're
listen to her
saying
right
is,
now.
Your show is
Annoying
good.
as
People
fuck.
truly love your show. Thousands of people love your show, but it's not being successful right now because Keemstar is moving the time slot from 8 a.m. or excuse me to 10 a.m. to,
part of it.
noon. That's why.
Moving the time slot's part of it,
It's
team.
not.
Yeah, it is part of it.
Start tactics.
That's the
No,
problem.
I'm
It's
not
part
saying that
of
that's
it.
the sole
Then what is
reason.
the point of
we're
bringing
not
that
the
up?
best, but we're not the worst. But changing the time slot every fucking
No,
2
you are the
days
worst.
is not going to
You are
help.
the worst.
Beans,
You
I
are
just
by
want you to
Boogie,
be-
shut the
Boogie,
fuck
that
up.
you
You're
shouldn't have
way
just said
off,
they're
like
the
you're
worst
trying
show.
to
Oh my
lead the
God.
team.
You are. By
You're probably
numbers,
tired of carrying a
I can
full-time victim
analytically
complex,
prove
fake
that your
conflict.
show's the worst.
You
I can
milk idiot
analytically
like it's a patriotic
prove
jerk
that your
and
show
still
is the
expect
worst.
applause
I can
for
show it to
showing
you.
up.
Would you
You're
like me to show it to you?
Would you like me to show it to you? Would you like me to show it to you? Would you like me to show it to you?
My show's
I begged you. I begged you. I begged you.
How you react to people trying to help you fix
Exactly what it reminds me of.
This is how you
Keemstar
react to
just
people
said
trying to
Boogie-
do you a
Keemstar
favor.
should say Boogie, you're on
Don't
it.
do
Say
you
it now.
favors.
Time out. Okay, let me get this straight. The reason why the show is not doing good, according to Beans, is because Keemstar moved the time slot. That's what you're saying.
Yes,
Keem,
not
you've said it 500
Come
times.
on.
Yes, she's saying that.
Negative, but people fucking
because
agree
you
with you,
moved it. You moved
Keemstar.
it. You
Hold
moved
on.
it.
Wait. I'm trying to get this, all right? That's what you're saying. That the reason why the show is not doing good is because I moved the time slot, right?
Bro, just because you repeat the same point over and over again and you have like your dedicated fans that are just going to go after me does not mean that that's what I'm saying.
asking you a fucking question and you refuse to answer it.
Beans should be more direct with her answer.
It's gonna
Right. Is that kind of
Fucking
again and again and again. I'm gonna keep asking the fucking question until you fucking answer it. Are you saying that me moving the time slot, Beans, is the reason why the show is not doing well? Are you saying that? Yes or no?
Well, if you're fucking fucking lapdog and calm the fuck down and let me fucking
Okay.
respond, I would say no.
Yes or no,
but
Beans?
it doesn't fucking
Yes or
help.
no? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, you're not saying that. Okay.
Bonner.
It seems
What?
Threw her whole
You're
point
saying
out
that.
the window.
I gotta stop that. I was right in the middle of sharing the live stream with a few of my friends, and that just completely.
What?
Oh, the blood from my head. Okay. 1 second.
Are we off the air again?
No, we're good. We're still on the air. I wasn't expecting that.
She got pressed and then she pulled immediately.
Oh my God. So now let me get this straight. Because let me get this straight. You're saying the reason why the show's failing is because I keep moving the time slot. Is that right? Just answer the fucking question. Yeah, no. Well, what's the fucking answer then?
Because here's the thing. If it's not because the time slot's moving, then Keemstar's right. Shut the fuck up about the time slot moving then.
That's why I stopped because I'm struggling to raise.
It's a personal reason why they don't want the time to be something else. Discuss that in private. Say, yo, man, I can't do 6 because maybe I got to pick up kids, daycare, whatever. And I'm sure he'd work it out. Maybe he'd have to work it out by firing your ass. I don't know.
Or moving you to a
go
completely
on a
different
public
show.
stream insinuating the time slot change is the reason you're failing. But then when you're pressed about it, when you're really pressed about it, you fold like a wet blanket. Keem won that exchange.
Won that exchange and then some. Fucking wow. What a retard.
Oh, I'll tell you something else, and this may come up later in the clip. Keem was going to put Beans on a show with Brantley. Said no before she even knew who the co-host was going to be.
Damn.
Because she wanted to be loyal to Ken. Do you know how stupid you have to be to say no to a show with Brantley? Because what show is Keemstar not going to cancel? Gee, I don't know. How about the show that has his fucking girlfriend on it?
Give me 1 second. I'm going to mute my mic on
You
this.
fucking retard! You retard! You at least hear the offer out. You can be loyal to Ken all you want. You can be loyal to him right out the fucking door of the LCU.
Oh my God, that's fucking great. She really did. She really fucking said no.
Coffee show where you probably get less views than me and Tim's right now.
Oh my God.
Without his backing.
Hey, to be fair, at least why I can say the reason why our views aren't slightly higher than they normally are is because OBS died on me. I'll probably need to reset it or update it or something. I've probably done something that broke it, because I'm sure I did. Because OBS is pretty easy to break sometimes, especially on Mac OS for some fucking reason. But I'm not going to sit here and keep ranting about it because nobody gives a fuck. It's like, fucking wow. That's what hell. And then Ken's coming in here to try and help save Beans because she fucked herself right into a corner. And look at Keemstar's bed. Look at Boogie too. Look at Boogie.
What Ken is about to say, Ken is about to go off like he has never went off before soon. And it's crazy because if he came with that same energy when he does his fucking shows, instead of walking up there on his fucking cafe show like, it's a wonderful morning in the neighborhood, the neighborhood. And think that's entertaining, he's got another thing coming. He needs to come with this fire and this passion. it's a cafe show. It doesn't mean you have to be chill like you're drinking Starbucks. You could be fucking wired. You could be like Tweak off of South Park if you wanted. Ants, motherfucker.
Oh my god! And I love that. I love Boogie's like pose. Like he's like a praying mantis getting ready to strike.
Oh God! I just noticed that. Thanks for pointing that out.
That's what I just noticed. That. I gotta screenshot this too. Oh my god! Fucking looks like a praying mantis, and the look on Gabe's face makes it even better. Like Boogie, what the fuck you doing? Oh god! Can use that later. All right, let's hear what Ken has to say.
I'm not solely saying that
Beans, hold on.
black and white, bro. There can be some gray. And I'm going to read another thing that I sent you in the Discord because you said that I was not saying yes to whatever you were saying, moving us to 6. I said, read again, Keem, was willing to do so since the beginning. Not just stating.
Breaking up.
You're breaking up.
That's what she said.
Somebody who rolls.
It's okay.
You're
still
breaking up. You're breaking up.
Drop her ass from the call.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! I'm
But
looking
not
at nerd
everybody
numbers
gets
compared to
this
Queen, or
factor,
compared to.
and that's why you have so
you're
many
breaking up.
failing tryouts.
You were breaking
But
up.
let me
You were breaking
continue on
up.
what I said.
Nobody heard what you
What
said.
was the
Nobody heard
possible-
it.
Couldn't hear you.
Nobody
You're breaking
heard
up.
it. You're breaking up. Nobody heard it.
Beans,
Nobody heard it.
we
'cause you were
can't
breaking
hear
up.
you.
have to
You're
start
breaking
over.
up.
Sorry. What's the last thing you heard?
Nothing. It broke up that entire rant.
Yeah, you said no. You changed your mind. It wasn't the point you brought up, and then you started to say something
Hayden
else.
and James super chatted $20. Keemstar getting off on the chaos. Chaos equals dopamine. I love cafe. I'm
I don't know. They don't look like a face that's very happy.
Would you rather it be fired than have a
frustrated.
time change? Because that was the option.
It didn't work at
This is not what Keemstar wants because he's not being able to glacier donut. That's why. If you got the glazer donut, then I guarantee. Oh my God! Look at the face I paused on, dude. This has been an episode of faces I can use for live stream thumbnails.
Yeah, it's got you something.
We
Get
got
something out of it.
might as well. Now we just cut Buggy out of that. So that's the face of somebody that looks like they want to glaze a certain person's donut. Lord Voldemort Part 2's donut.
A certain mermaid.
Who needs to buy flood insurance? You're gonna need to buy some kind of insurance when I get to her, fucking jackass. Fucking bitch looking motherfucker. Got no tits.
You said that? Dude, you're gonna get us canceled, bro.
Oh, she can fuck off to the four winds of the earth. I don't care. I meant what I said. I said what I meant. She got no tits. I don't even know why Keemstar was interested.
So it didn't work in both spots.
Oh no, I know why Keemstar was interested. I don't remember why he was interested in Lord Voldemort Part 2. It's because he wanted to make her his glazed donut. He's Crispy Keem now. That's right. It's no longer Killer Keemstar. It's Crispy Keemstar.
Donut.
Quick story. I gotta tell this one. Quick story. I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and one of his favorite donut shops, besides Voodoo Donuts, is Krispy Kreme. The Krispy Kreme donuts, right? So when I told him about this and the meme that's been going around, he goes, "Well, thanks for ruining that for me. I was gonna make a special hamburger with a donut, and it requires a Krispy Kreme donut, but never mind now." I was like, "You're welcome."
Oh god, that's such a fatty thing. Even on my fat ass has never done that. A cheeseburger donut? Come on, man. There's a heart attack on a bun.
It's one of his cheat meals that he has. I'm like, that's one hell of a fucking cheat meal. Holy shit.
A cheat meal? That's like saying you committed a crime, but you had like a killing spree.
That's like saying you committed a crime, but you fucking mowed down 10 orphans on your way to work.
That's the kind of cheat meal that the rest of the week you're eating fucking kale.
You're eating a rice cake.
That's the kind of cheat. That's the kind of cheat meal that when you're done, you go in the shower and just sit in it and let the water run while your clothes are still on.
Oh, that's the kind of cheat meal you have when you're gonna. See, that's the kind of cheat meal you're gonna have right before you go to get DSP's face tattooed on your ass. All right, now let's continue.
I don't really know what the argument is that, you know.
I don't know what you're arguing either because I.
Let me talk.
Point of this discussion at this point. What's the fucking point?
Oh fuck! What was the point? What was the point?
He's just bitching it and crying and bitching and moaning for no reason. No reason for any of this.
Oh fuck! Oh, the tears in my eyes. The tears in my eyes.
With a tear in his eye, Tim commentates Lolcow Live.
I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what the argument is. Well, Keisha, I don't know what you're arguing about either. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is going
Did everybody
on?
just take drugs before this call?
Everybody.
Us?
Oh my god. Oh man, I forgot we can't use the soundboard. I was gonna play the dumbass sound because that's what everyone on this call is a dumbass. Dumbass. You're a dumbass.
You know, Richard Masucci said that he will stop doing the soundboard and broke his promise 37 seconds later. I saw that on Kino Casino.
Oh yeah, I heard that last
Not
night.
even a full minute.
Couldn't even go 1 minute. Couldn't even go a minute. He
Not
broke
1
the
minute.
sound.
I remember. Keep this in mind right here. See all these retards on the screen? They are still employed on Lolcow Live, and Rich is not. He's too retarded even for them.
That is sad. Felt it.
Beans makes more money than Rich. Beans makes more money than Rich. Just the truth.
Oh god, this. I'm sorry. I just wasn't expecting. That was just. I threw me into a laughing fit because I wasn't expecting that. Fucking don't even know what you're arguing about. How do you forget what you're? What are they on LSD? Is that what happened? They all took LSD before they went on. Maybe Keemstar had one too many of those white claws.
Working for the show will make you dumber. Watching the show will make you dumber.
And
I know, first-hand experience.
And doing a show about that show will make you dumber. I have first-hand experience.
Yeah, and being an audience member of this show, watching this show, making fun of this show, makes you pretty smart. You know, makes you even smarter. Sending us a donor.
Yeah, sending us a donation. Make sure you use our Stream Elements linked in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon as well.
We need that money. We really do. We really need that money. Yes, we do. We have WWE champions to buy.
I have Hulk Hogan's to pull. I hate Hulk Hogan with a passion. I'm sorry. I can't.
I gotta pull some Hogan's, brother. I gotta pull some Hogan's, brother. I'm gonna dye my hair blonde and I'm gonna shave it up here. Get me a Hogan skullet.
What you gonna do, brother?
Take my prayers. I'm gonna say my vitamins and eat my prayers, brother.
Woo! You wanna beat a man? You gotta beat the man.
I'll pull a Sid Vicious. I'm half the man that you are, and I have half the brain that you do.
I don't know shit, you crybaby. Can we start this over again? Sorry, buddy, we're live.
Wait, did we have someone that wanted to start over?
Oh no, I just thought about saying it because I was thinking about it the whole time. I was waiting for an opportunity to say it. I've been wanting to say it.
The way this stream started, it was utter chaos, and now we've settled in. So, welcome to the show.
So,
you're still here.
We appreciate your support. We appreciate your love, and I'm sure we scared away a couple of fan members. Let's continue.
All right, let me talk. The reason why Cafe was not doing that well, obviously, I'm going to take that on the chin because, yes, I wasn't high energy. Yes, Beans wanted me to be a little bit more high energy, and I wanted to stay away from the arguments and all that shit, all right? I have basically took that in, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. And then...
Yeah, we have to stop already.
Cafe. It is very hard to catch show when it's constantly changing time.
Okay, that's fair.
It's not true. It's not true because
Ken, you fucked
it's
up,
changed
bro.
times
Already.
four different times, and it was either at 10 a.m. or noon. There's only a 2-hour difference, right?
Also,
So
a
it's
lot
like,
of people don't realize, and this might sound crazy, live shows are archived, so even if you miss it, you can still watch it.
Yep.
But
Yeah, they do have a point there. It is archived, so you could go back and rewatch it, but in that particular case, you're not getting the live donations, the live subscriptions. You're getting it afterwards. The whole point of a live show is to have the live interactions.
Shit. See, this is why you need me on the panel here. Because I would have just called Boogie out and said, oh, okay, Boogie, if it's that easy, why don't you take the 6 a.m. time, give me your spot, and, oh, if you're complaining your donos went down, oh, at least it's archived. Like, we'll do a little test. Let's see how many more donuts we get if we're in the 6 p.m. slot, and let's see how many less donuts you get when you're in the 6 a.m. slot, and see if the time makes a difference. You want to do that bet, Boogie?
Here's the thing, like Papa Gut talked about it. In order for that to work, you gotta have clips from the stream up pointing to the live stream. You stated, yes, you will get more views. You will milk the views over time with the archived live streams. Yes, but you're not going to get that live interaction. And that's the thing about the live stream that makes it unique comparatively to just posting a video, is that you have the live interaction with the audience members like we've had on so many episodes. That live interaction.
But what are our highest performing videos are the clips.
And that's where Boogie doesn't understand, is that the archiving of the live streams net us, like, we on average on this channel, for example, get about 20 to 25 views at the initial posting of it, and then afterwards we net an extra anywhere from 15 to 20 I've seen, as far as the math is broken down. However, when you post the clips from the live stream, that's where you net the archived views, because no one's gonna sit there and watch a completely 3-4 hour live stream. Or at least not the majority of your audience like that. They're gonna want clips.
Not initially. Could become fans though. Could become super fans, but that's why you need the clips. And we had to clip the mini L's of Keemstar. Hundreds of views.
Matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull it up on my phone while I'm sitting here because I've got it myself logged into it.
Like, I don't want to sit here and jerk ourselves off over the views because honestly, my personal channel gets more, and your personal channel gets more.
But
this is a fairly new channel.
Also, the point being is not necessarily to jerk ourselves off. It's to point out that that live stream in particular is around 50 views, but the clip itself is at 272.
Wait, we're not jerking ourselves off right now?
No, we're pointing out how Boogie's logic is flawed.
Hands up on the camera.
Okay, my shoulder don't like that right now. So
anyway,
to get back, to kind of wrap it all up.
But the whole point is, he's archived it. You know, it's archived. It could be viewed later. That doesn't do shit for him. The ad revenue off of these are nothing compared to what the super chats are. So quit capping, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying most of these shows I would honestly wager are in the yellow dollar sign or yellow carded, meaning that they're getting limited ad revenue because there's a lot of adult language, a lot of adult interaction. And to be honest with you, how many of these shows are really advertiser friendly, which is / kid friendly?
To be honest, here's where Lolcow Live is fucked up, in my opinion. They would have exponential growth if instead of all these side shows that are just Discord members that used to be donators turned host, if those didn't exist, if they just did the 3 main shows, and we've talked about it before, Lolcow Live, Lolcow Queens, and Lolcow Rewind, just did the 3 main shows and then had a clip channel for all 3. A clip channel. Or a clip channel for each one of them. A separate channel that's a clip channel. Or a clip channel that has them all, but in a clip channel. They would get exponential growth for subscribers.
I'm going to say...
Instead, they let the detract clipping.
I was going to say, and that's where they could have banked off of the after show. Because that's a fan channel. What they could have done is hire them on to be editors. They can react to clips of the show, not the full thing, but clips of the show. Then they can post those clips. People see that. People go, oh, well, we want to go check that out. Boop, you jump over to the show. They see the crazy action live. Now they want to go see the after show. Take a cut of their money. You're done.
No, hold up. So Keemstar has such a fucking problem with editors. He burned through so many of them at the beginning of Lolcow Live. You can find a good editor. Literally, Kino Casino has an editor. They put up clips all the fucking time on the YouTube clip channel. Literally, do the fucking clip channel. I swear to God, if you just did, just call the channel Lolcow Clips with the fucking Rewind, Queens, and Lolcow Live, all 3 shows get clipped, and they put out videos during the day, videos or shorts, something, right? 3 of them a day, like 1 from each show. Every day, there's a clipping. My God, that channel would be fucking great. You would hire like 2 editors even. Just hire 2 editors or 1 editor. It doesn't matter. 1 editor gets it together and fucking does this. Even Xylee clips her own shit sometimes and they put out videos on Rewind, right? But I'm telling you, 1 fucking editor, you pay him a couple $1,000s a month, put out the clips, they put out the shorts, and you're fucking rolling in new viewers for all 3 shows.
I'm about to say he had one. JKB. He had him in his fucking back pocket. What better way to get back at Rich than to hire his former editor to do a show that was 10 times better than what Review Tech had? What
Remember,
better?
this is the most successful show on all of YouTube. For Super Chats, Lolcow Live is the most successful show on all of YouTube. Can't tell me they can't afford an editor.
Oh, they can easily afford an editor. They just don't want to. It's laziness.
But and also remember, literally turn Discord mods and people from their Discord and fans of the show into hosts for smaller shows. That would be like if we started getting donos from Chaotic Jersey and all of a sudden we're like, you know what's a brilliant idea? We give Chaotic Jersey his own show, so then he stops giving us money and we pay him. We would be fucking idiots.
I mean, like, or like for me, like I start paying all my mods to be like host of my show or whatever, a host of whatever I'm doing, like, and now they stop donating to me, and now I'm paying them. It wouldn't be worth it. Don't get me wrong. I don't blame you. I'm not too far off from burning up myself over here. But I just don't want a fan blowing on my microphone.
Taking the whole shirt off.
I mean, it wouldn't bother me, honestly. After how many times I've seen Review Tech naked, it don't bother me anymore. I've been desensitized thanks to him.
Are you ready?
Can't
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's get this rolling.
really gift memberships during that time, and that's the metric that Keemstar's looking for. So what is your point?
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this so we can better understand each other. What time slot did you and your fans prefer?
Well, it seems like 12 is doing pretty well for us right now.
You think it is?
You made $100 today.
Okay, change happens slowly. The thing that you want is exponential growth. I'm not going to fucking get on my knees
put a real
and
host
start
on there.
smushing some glazed donuts on my face for a freaking rich person to come along and throw $1,000.
Can be.
Let me also finish my point about what I said. I said, look who's the top donator for nerds since you want data. It's Gaff. The same person will donate hundreds. We don't have a millionaire that will empty their pockets for us. But that being said, I'm training and I'll continue to do so because a boxing match would have made you a ton of money and would have been good for all shows. Yet your prize piggy decided to run for it. That's all I'm going to say about the subject. Cafe at 6 a.m. starting May, it is, boss. So even that last sentence that I sent to you said that I'm good with 6 a.m. at May. Okay, fine, whatever.
Can I ask you a quick question?
To be fair, can I make one point real quick?
Of course, man. Ken.
I had the biggest issue at 6 a.m. because y'all know I have a nighttime job. Y'all know I have to take a bunch of medication to help me sleep. I take 4 sleeping pills, 2 nightmare medication, 20 milligrams of melatonin, and 2 to 3 muscle relaxers to hope and pray to get 7 hours of sleep. All right, so that's why I had the biggest issue at 6 a.m. because I probably wasn't going to have a lot of energy. And I even said this, hopefully I can get 2 pots of coffee down my neck before I have to go on the show to have some energy. All right, that's what I said, and that was the issue at 6 a.m. But if y'all really want 6 a.m., I'll do it. That's fine. But I think that we're going to have the same conversation in 30 days because the numbers are going to be even worse at 6 a.m. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, you guys are sitting on some good real estate right now, noon to 2 p.m., and I want to put a show there that I think is going to perform. I want to try something else. Here's the unfortunate truth, right? I can put somebody in the position and I can put people together who I think is going to be entertaining, and I can try a show with 2 different people out all day long, right? I have some knowledge in this entertainment business, but at the end of the day, the real judges are the viewers, and the viewers are not shelling out, and they're not showing up for Cafe, right? And, blaming me for changing the time slot just makes it seem like there's going to be problems.
Here is what I don't understand, Keem. What the hell is your standard? You so far have said, not enough, to low, least performing. So give them a bar to cross over that you consider for them to always cross.
He already did.
I did. At the very beginning of the month, I said these are the shows that are in last place and don't be in last place. And, one of those shows is in last place, and it's Cafe.
That means he's looking to
Every
fire
show
one
is
show.
safe if it's
Yep.
10K or above. Otherwise, you're potentially on the chopping block. He made that abundantly clear.
All three could have been
I mean,
sky high. One of them had to be the lowest.
The fans and the viewers could say whatever they want, but they're the same ones that made your show last place. I mean, it's them, and they're not coming out for the duo of Beans and Ken. They're just not. Maybe we should just axe the show. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's just not going to ever work, you know?
And like the worst part about it, and this is what I was trying to tell you. No, now I get to talk. Okay, this is what I was trying to tell you in fucking Discord. Okay, when your boss moves you to night shift, you say thank you for giving me another fucking shot. That's what you say to your fucking boss. You don't tell them how wrong they are, how shitty they are, how it's not a good fucking plan. That they are doing you a favor. He's doing you a favor. The way you're talking right now, you're making every excuse of why it won't work and why it won't work. If it's not going to work, then he's.
Alrighty, that's some things I want to say about that.
What do you think?
Okay, so here's what I think. Boogie, first of all, is talking shit as he always does without bothering to ever give any sort of context or information that might make his arguments reasonable. So here's why he's wrong. When I was working at Waffle House back during the pandemic, yeah, I was fucking rough as hell. I didn't just...
yourself.
I don't give a flying fuck. People know where I live anyhow. And I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if the mermaid who wants her donut glazed by Keemstar has let my information out there anyhow. So anyways, what was it? When my boss was talking to us about, like, she was running low on cooks to run third shift. Well, not third shift, but second shift. Third shift was night shift. I and a couple of my friends were working night shift. I said, I'll take over doing the day shift then. Like, I'll be happy to work the day shift and the night shift as well. Work the day shift during the week, and then the weekends work the night shift. I was okay with that. Well, even though I technically made less money, I did us a favor, because that meant she didn't have to go find other chefs to fill in that place. I took over, which in the long term earned me favoritism. Well, I earned favoritism because that favoritism played off into me working at other stores that needed other chefs. So if someone needed a day shift, I can do that.
Bro. You earned doormat status, and that's what cafe is, doormats.
The thing is, it earned me respect from some of the people that has paid off in my favor since then.
Still there?
I left because she lied about giving me a raise.
Oh, you see what happened, huh?
I figured that she wasn't going to give me a raise because she didn't like me anyhow. Mostly because, the same
She
way.
snaked you. So much for that favoritism. She snaked you. She stabbed you in the back like a glazed donut mermaid would.
Glazed donut. To be dead honest with you, the biggest reason why I left was because I honestly mentally couldn't take it. I couldn't deal with the customers, and I really couldn't deal with the waitresses I was working with, because the ones that I earned favoritism from had left, and the ones I was stuck with were...
Okay, so I got to ask. Ken and Beans take this, or do they just need to...
Honestly, given how Ken is dealing with the medical issues he is, Beans is coming off rather rude and not completely understanding of people's other points of views except for her own. I'd tell Keem, cut them, put 2 new people in their place. Take people from other shows that aren't doing so well, put them on that show.
Do you know? I got the 2 people it should be.
Name them.
Not me.
Yeah.
I'm too busy in the morning. The two people that should be on Lolcow Cafe, it should be Perp and Triton.
Yes. Yes.
Would that not make for an entertaining show?
Oh my God, the amount of chaos that would ensue.
On a 6 a.m. morning show.
You know, a fuck ton of people would tune in to listen to those two fucking spurg the fuck out. Because Triton never knows when. Triton literally pulls an RTU and interrupts everybody just so he can, quote unquote, get his point across, which he gets no point across whatsoever. And Perp would be like, but my feelings.
Let's be honest. Perp couldn't handle it. He'd quit after not even a full shift. So I'm gonna have to say.
Oh, I got somebody that Triton really fucking hates. The guy's name is AJ's here.
No, I got it. Just put you and Triton on. You and Triton on Lolcow Cafe.
I'd fucking end up wanting to kill that guy after about 20 minutes of listening to him whining and moaning and bitching. Be hitting that mute button every 5 minutes. Okay, now it's my turn to talk, motherfucker. Cocksucking looking motherfucker who can't grow a beard, looking like a damn hobo. Charles Manson wannabe looking son of a bitch.
We better play on with the clip.
I'm sure he's watching, and I'm sure he's crying right now.
I'm just putting up.
It felt it.
Goddamn
Boogie,
thing.
that's why I got frustrated because it was like. That's why I got frustrated because when I brought this up, it's like, hey, I'm going to move it to 6 a.m. I thought I was giving them a favor instead of canceling the show. But then it was like, oh, Keem, it's your fault because you changed the time. I changed the time to see if that would help the show because it wasn't doing well. You know, to be labeled as the bad guy that's fucking with Cafe and trying to ruin Cafe. You know, I just dumped like $2,500 into buying coffee so they have a thing and they sold like one bag or whatever. And maybe it was too high, which I lowered it now. And I think there's like 3 sold or something.
Coffee brand
last
coffee.
I heard. So
Oh
like, dude,
God, why?
Oh my God, the quartering needs to be a Lolcow Cafe.
Yes.
His cafe is brand coffee.
Oh my God, him and Review Tech, both of them. That would be fucking.
Yes, make them work to 6 a.m. together.
Oh my God, that would. And it'd be fucking political as hell. Totally political with apolitical coffee.
That's it. The quartering who's financially ruined could use this break, and Review Tech who's financially ruined has to swallow his pride, work under Keem, work at 6 a.m., promote the quartering shitty coffee brand coffee on Lolcow Cafe. They see the politics in each other. It's fucking brilliant. It fucking needs to happen.
Hey, I finally came up with something that would work. I can take joy in it.
God.
Oh my God. I'm gonna grab me something to drink. I'll be right back. You revel in that.
Go ahead and play the clip. The clip while you're gone. I'll talk through it.
it's not working. And then when I come and say, hey, this isn't working, I'm being told it's my fault. I did something wrong. I'm like, well, what the fuck then? Like, why don't we just get a different host? I don't get it.
Keemstar, the only thing that I'm trying to say is whenever you say something, people say things back, and that's a conversation. And just because somebody makes something known does not mean that it's your fault or that you're the worst person ever or you're the worst boss ever. The thing is that you say something, I'm going to say something back. God gave me a mouth and fingers. With that mouth, I'm going to talk. With those fingers, I'm going to type. Another thing, I'm going to read another
With
thing
that mouth, you're going to do what? With those fingers, you're going to do what, girl?
You're getting almost to the ball. Stick your tongue out.
To make it work. There's crazy things your mouth can do, like not be insubordinate. Have you tried that?
Oh, there's crazy things your mouth can do. Tims, I hope you're hearing this.
Try to not be insubordinate. Your mouth doesn't
I'm going
have to be
continue
insubordinate.
to say what I said to Keemstar in the group chat. You saw I had potential,
which means
from just the cafe.
By the way, does he know
Him
that?
and I
Does he know
helped
you're
you a
going
lot
to
during
delete his
back
DMs
camp.
today?
You know I
that,
had
by the way, King?
potential when I
Did you know this
signed up
woman's
for
trying to
profits
leak
to
your
make you
DMs?
more money and
She's trying to do it again
entertainment.
right now. She's trying to do it again
Recently,
right now.
I showed I can be more of an entertainer because Ken, as awesome as he is letting me be myself and be with more energy. Can you not do that?
Buggy.
And I am.
Please
am I the best?
No.
DMs.
One minute. Stop doing that.
1 minute, Boogie. Boogie, you need to understand this, okay, Boogie. Like, just so you know, I moved them to noon so Rastov could give them a redirect. Like,
I know.
I moved them to help them.
And how much does he redirect?
Wait, and now that I'm coming and saying like, hey, Cafe's in last place, now they're saying, well, it's your fault because you moved us. That was to help them. And now
my God.
And now they got their top
off of that.
How much
Oh
does
my
he
God.
redirect anyway?
Redirect's overrated. Everybody bitches about the redirect. The redirect.
That's what you're saying?
You don't think people can just click off the fucking video?
Your mouth to fucking talk out of.
Well, here's the thing, bro.
I never in my life
every time you've had
donated to a live stream I was
too easy.
redirected to.
Hey, I've never given you lip. I never argued. I never did any of that shit. When you went to move us to 6, I just wanted to voice concerns to just tell you why I'd have some issue with that. That's literally all it was. And then at the very end, when Dean said that, I was like, fuck it. Let's just go at 6 a.m. If this isn't a place where I can voice some sort of...
Keen's glizzy out your mouth.
2 seconds.
The
There's some
crazy.
donos coming in. It's going to be a minute. There's 3 of them.
Calamity super chatted $19.99. The last time Cafe was on primetime, they pulled 1,000 viewers, put them back on primetime, and changed Queen's time.
I will talk about that.
Elizabeth super chatted $20. Boogie, how does it feel having your
see,
so far
when
up
Cafe's on primetime, they had over 1,000 viewers.
Like, 5 figures.
Primetime shows get more views.
When Cafe was in primetime, it did do very well. But if you go back and watch that episode, it's because all the other hosts jumped on Cafe. That's the main reason.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I won't even argue that. I won't.
It's just the
truth.
truth.
What I'm saying is,
I'll argue that. No, Ken, I'll argue that for you. So a lot of people jumped on Nerds whenever they were on primetime, and how well did they do? Because what I remember is Eric eating pizza for like the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Ken and Beans don't have their stories straight when they're arguing with Keen.
The shows that are not controversial, that are more wholesome, which Aussie was wholesome at the time, your show was wholesome at the time, do very well when they get that queen spot. They do very well. You know, you and Aussie were the only ones that I can think of that did really well, you know?
You put Nerds in that slot right now, they're going to make 10 grand a night. You put Cafe in that slot right now, they'll sell 3 more bags of coffee. If they're lucky.
Beautiful. Last thing I want to say, because I got to go because I'm almost at work. Last thing I want to say is this. Yeah, granted, 6 a.m. is going to suck, but I'll do it if that's what you want. I'll do it, bro. But the other point I'm going to make is you said Cafe's going to get canceled 300 members, and I don't see the memberships rolling in either. People like Cafe. People do like support Cafe in their own way. The last 3 days or 3 or 4 streams that I've amped up the energy and been a little bit more animated and Beans has fed into it, our numbers have been better than what they were before. We're gaining momentum, but I think that's going to get killed at 6 a.m.
Well,
but if that's truly what you want, bro, I'll do it. I think we'll be having the same conversation.
I have an update. We sold 7 bags of coffee now, so I guess the drama helped.
Beans did buy.
Yeah.
For the record.
Yay.
For the record, by the way, bring Baja in here if you want. How many shirts have I bought this month? I bought 3, 1 of each that we've launched, by the way. Bring Tuffy in here.
Who cares what shirts you bought, Boogie? Who gives a rat's ass?
Tuffy sends them to me for free. Tuffy sends them to me for free anyway, but I buy them to support our products and support our shows. How many bags of coffee did you guys buy? Well, I already had coffee, you said. Well, I don't give a fuck. I already get the cards for free. I buy them anyway. Bro. Support my shit. Support your own shit.
I'm a member of my own
t-shirts. I bought 5 of my own t-shirts to give the family members, right? I get paid tomorrow, so I plan on... Is there a donation? Okay, I bought 5 t-shirts. I'm buying more coffee tomorrow because I'm actually almost out because I love this shit. And then I've also been buying crown buttons on Lolcow TCG. I've been doing that too, Boogie. Let's come.
So, are they paying you, Ken, or are you paying them? Bro. What kind of job is this?
I don't know, man. Weirdest fucking shit I've seen in a while.
Imagine you're at the place you work buying all their fucking product with your paycheck. At what point are you not actually working for them, but you're just giving your money right back?
Right. Just it's like at this point, it's not like me where I bought like a t-shirt, my own t-shirt. It's not like I bought my own Wait, try that over again. I bought my own t-shirt and everything to support my product, to advertise myself while I'm going around out and about doing my stuff. So I can see why buying a shirt and things like that would make sense. But after a while, it's like, okay, are you paying me or am I paying you? Because if I'm paying you, then what's the fucking point of me being on the show?
Yeah. As a regular job, just do that. Go back to being a fan, buddy. But he's about to go off, by the way. I think here in a minute he actually goes off.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and play that clip. Also, we'll be right back. I forgot something. I'm gonna listen to it on my phone.
Time out. Stop. Rastov, I told Beans and Ken that I moved their time slot so you would redirect to them. And they said, well, how much is he really redirecting to us? So how many are you redirecting to them?
About 380 to 400. You pitched that to me as you wanted to help them. You wanted to give them a better shot, and you wanted to see if I would cover the gap.
Oh, what do you know? The bad guy Keemstar that's fucking with Cafe, moving their time, who's trying to sabotage Beans, actually did
So
something
you're gonna
to try to
help us
help
for
them.
1 week, and then you're going to move us back.
Whoa, yeah, because you're not performing in the time slot.
You gave us like 3 fucking days to prove to you, and we've been changing, and the numbers are going up. But because they're not from 200 to 1,000 in 1 fucking day, you mad?
How many viewers are you pulling?
You got all the statistics. You pull it up.
Okay, so today you pulled like 400, right?
No, it was more than that.
I think our peak in kernel was like 471, and we held that I think for like 30-45 minutes.
Okay, well,
the day before that we had 1,400 viewers. That's when all the shit happened. We held that for about an hour.
Okay, well, Rastov is sending you 380. He says. So.
Yeah, we all share the same audience.
But we are maintaining them, and it is growing. We are literally doing away with everything on the show, like everything. We're doing a whole new thing.
I've been moved like 7 times, bro. I don't care. I just fucking want to do a show.
Again, Beans did say, what does Rostov even send over? And the answer to that question would be about 80% of your viewer base, roughly.
Okay, you take what I say and then you make it 10 times worse. We're not fucking talking about Rostov. I'm just stating.
I know. I take what you say and I point out how fucking stupid it is, so you can learn.
No, you fucking make it sound stupid because that's what you fucking do for a fucking living.
Gift
So if somebody sends over 300 and then more people come in, that is positive. But if more,
Boogie really likes to say retard a lot.
That's a negative.
I know you can.
I mean, again, the same guy who complained about cancer. So what do you expect?
Same thing to Rastov.
The same guy who kind of says he's a retard. He says himself he's a retard.
He is.
You guys, wait.
I talk to other hosts, and I have a really good relationship with other people, unlike you. So I'm going to move on and read the rest of the text that I was talking about earlier. Recently, I thought I could
That's not doxing.
Doxing your boss, you retard.
Am I the best?
She's reading her messages. She's reading her messages.
Exactly. There is nothing against me reading my own fucking messages. I never said a fucking word about what Keemstar said. Do I still need to improve?
Nobody
a lot.
cares.
Yes.
Hey, you're cutting off.
Here comes the fighting.
You're cutting off the boss's mic.
I'm so confused because you guys were shitting on Rastov for not sending you any viewers, but then we found out it was like 400. Are you happy that he's sending you viewers or not? I'm trying to figure that out.
Who is shitting on Rastov? Because the only person shitting on Rastov is fucking Boogie. All I said, if if you go
Can
back,
Beans not stand in what she just said 5 minutes ago?
Anyway.
I don't understand what the fuck the argument is about.
You did say that.
Rastov agrees.
All I
Team
fucking
agrees.
said-
Right,
You're the
because the argument is,
It doesn't
oh, you want to go to 6. You're going to go to 6.
right now.
No, we can't go to 6. Okay, boss, we'll go to 6. But we're mad about it.
Fuck it.
But okay, if you reach the 300 in new memberships, that's fine. But we're gonna have a final show tomorrow. This is the last thing I'm gonna fucking say. We're gonna have a final show tomorrow. It's gonna be the Dono Hate Train. Anybody out there, tune in to Cafe, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Donate $1, $2, $5, $100, and talk shit about Boogie. I will read every single fucking one with a smile on my face, and I will read through all these messages that I sent to Keemstar.
Thank you for allowing me to save your retarded, terrible fucking show.
Real quick, regardless if the show gets canceled or not, you guys have the rest of the month, at the current time slot you're on.
Keem will say that. Oh, I gotta talk about Greedy Keem here for a second. He goes, this is classic Keem. He's like, he knows he's gonna fire him, but he knows the Tommy C rule's in effect, where if they work at the first of the month, he has to pay him for the whole month. So he's like, wait, guys, you don't have to quit yet. Work out the rest of the month first before I fire you. No, go fuck yourself. If you know you're getting fired, I ain't showing up to work, bitch.
No.
The kind of people that you work a full shift, you work a full fucking shift, and they know they're gonna fire you all fucking day, and at the end of the day, they bring in the office to fire your ass.
And this was when I was working at
fucking hate that.
I will say that's the one thing I did like about Dallas Millwork was that when they laid me off, they didn't just make me work a full shift. When I showed up, they're like, hey, we're going to talk to you. Our business is down. We can't afford employees. We've just laid off 3, and now you're the next one in line we have to lay off. We wanted to do it yesterday, but you were sick.
But Keem is like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. You don't have to leave. Work the rest of the month out first. And he's gonna fire them. They're gonna be gone tomorrow. Book it now. They're gone.
Yep, they're done. I could have told you they were done. They're fucked. It's over with. Go ahead.
Bean should have said, "Can we work till the 2nd? For the next month.
Can we work till the 2nd? Oh my god, that would have been.
Yeah. Can we work till the 2nd? These people don't know how to fucking talk and communicate or argue with Keem or Boogie. They're fucking doormats. Their show's doormats. They suck. Our show would be way more entertaining in the rotation.
Agreed. Fucking agreed. Wholeheartedly, I agree with it. But Keemstar, having associated with links, can't have them on the show.
Come on.
Oh, that's a great face. Hold on. Oh, damn it.
Yawn. What happened?
When you paused on this face. It looked like you were glazing that certain mermaid, and I was about to screenshot that. That's your new thumbnail.
Guys, when this clip is done, we are going to the studio for a quick post show. If you guys end up in the Discord, Tim's, if you want to message people in the Discord right now while you continue playing the clip, tell them here in about 10-15 minutes we're going to be in the voice chat for a post show to see who would like to come on and talk for a little bit.
Right. So we're gonna
go ahead and we'll play out more of this clip while you're texting that out.
Yes, we will.
We wouldn't cancel it until May 1st, but all right, let's.
Oh, May 1st.
Have a good week. Maybe the week crushes, and then you don't even get moved. You stay right where you're at. I don't know.
The one thing. What I'm going to ask is this, right? If y'all do reach the 300 members, can we set a dono goal to see if our fan base really wants to keep us?
At the end of the day, I don't want to reach the 300 members. I'd like to get to 299. I'll tell you why. I would rather you had the fucking given fucking chance to say thank you for the fucking opportunity. That's what I really want. I want you to learn to say thank you to this man who's trying to give you a fucking career. That's what I want you to do. I want you to learn to do what I do, what Rastov does, and Xylee does, and Billy does, which is listen to this goddamn man and cash the big fat fucking checks, you fucking retard. That's what I want you to do.
I got all these fucking messages from you, Boogie. Shut the fuck up.
Just real quick, this is Grim talking.
Spite super chatted $20. Rastov redirects. I leave. Ken makes Beans so uptight. My bet puckers.
And Grim's on Lolcow test. He's Beans' husband or fiance or whatever.
Oh Lord.
So all I wanted to say
Grim's
was,
now talking through Beans'
I'm
mic.
trying to understand the mentality here, Keemstar. So I understand that eventually there's going to be a point in time where a show is going to reach the bottom, right? And there's a hierarchy, right? There's going to be people on the top, people at the bottom, right? All right, so you got a show at the bottom, you axe that show. Okay, cool. Let's say the next show comes up that reaches the bottom, because it's going to happen. It's a reality. There's going to be people top, bottom, right? You axe that show. At some point, it's getting to the point where you're going to be axing show after show, never really letting them get to the point where they can develop, right?
And guess what happens?
That's the plan, buddy.
He takes his interview.
Sorry, Grim, that's the plan. King knows it. He's going to be axing shows.
You all get rich, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Oh, so you're being greedy, Boogie. That's what you're doing.
100%. If you don't have enough sense to say thank you and fall in line, I'll take the money. I'll take the fucking money. If
You know what Keemstar's going to end up doing? I call it now.
Take it.
All right, Grim.
I got you.
Grim. At the beginning of American Idol,
Keemstar's
like
going to get rid of shows
eventually
and make them string each show longer.
The audience and the host and the entire show focuses on the stars.
So we
that
get the
have
24-hour
survived
loop.
the gauntlet, right? Even when you get put on the show, you're still in the gauntlet, right? And eventually, all the shows will be prime good shows, perfect shows, because all the weaker shows have fallen off.
Keep going. What happens on American Idol? Who wins? One person. So are you telling the people that this was your plan all along to bring all these shows?
American Idol is a bad example. NBC is a better example.
But
NBC is a better example because NBC is also a network. And what NBC does, when a show doesn't work, it axes it until the entire lineup works.
Can I respond, please?
Well, he used American Idol.
I used American Idol because Grim asked me a question. Well, what happens when you keep pulling off the lower show? Well, then the shows just get better as a whole because the weak ones fall off and the stronger ones come on. You know, it's just that's
not how that
was
works.
meant. Yeah, I wasn't trying to say
You're always going to have a show that's in last.
Yep. You're always gonna have a show
10
that
shows, you're going to have a 10-point show.
you're always gonna have a show that's not gonna be very successful or very popular. It's gonna have a niche audience.
No, I'm saying all 10 shows are great. The top show gets 50,000 concurrent. The bottom show gets 10,000 concurrent. It's still the bottom show. So and what Grim is saying is true. If you keep axing the bottom show like every month, then it'll be left with one show.
Yep.
But I don't know if you heard what I said earlier, but I think Keemstar is still going to do the 24-hour loop. But guess what I think he's going to do? Instead of doing 12 shows that are 2 hours long each, would be Lolcow Live, Queens, Rewind, Cafe, Nerds, Lolcow Gaming, Madhouse, Aussie. What am I missing? Test.
Yeah, Test, and then Cafe.
And then adding 2 shows. He would have to add 2 shows. And he would have 12 shows, 2-hour blocks. No, he ain't going to do that. You know what he's setting up, guys? You know what I just realized he's setting up? And we'll see if I'm right tomorrow. Instead of 12 2-hour shows to fill a 24-hour loop, I think he's going to do 8 3-hour shows. He's going to make all the shows stream longer, and he's going to cut the bottom 2 shows from the Lolcow universe. And what are the bottom 2 shows? Lolcow Gaming and Lolcow Cafe.
Yep.
Because then you have Lolcow Live, you'd have Queens, Rewind, Aussie, Test, Madhouse, Nerds. I think those shows are definitely safe. And then, what am I missing? Melkers. Yeah, those are the 8 shows right there. I just said the 8 shows. Those 8 shows are the safe shows. Cafe's getting booted, and so is fucking gaming, Lolcow gaming. So the hierarchy, it would go Lolcow Live's your first place show, Queens is your second place, your third place show is Rewind. Fourth place show, based on what I've seen, is Aussie. And then Melkers. No. Yeah, Melkers. Then Aussie. Then it probably is Nerds, Madhouse, and Test in your hierarchy. You'll have them stream 3 hours. So like you might get Nerds from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. right? And then you would probably get would get Aussie from 9 a.m. to noon. You would probably get Melkers from not Melkers. Shit. Okay, play the clip. I gotta think this over.
Yeah. Well, you think it over, and I was still dealing with my microphone. Let's actually, hold on. Finn's got something to say real quick. He goes, "One thing I've learned with Keem is whatever he touches fails miserably. It may be in the art right now, but just give it some time." He's got a point there. He's got a pretty good point there. Let's continue.
They're going to be one show in the end. That's the analogy didn't go to the entire distance of American Idol. All right, I'm not Simon Cowell. I was just trying to make him understand.
Do you just see what I did there? I took something you said. I know what you meant, but I twisted it in a way to make it seem like you're saying something different. And that's exactly what you've been doing the entire time. I've never told you no. The only thing that I said was, hey, moving around the show so much is going to hurt us. And then you're saying that I'm making it your fault, that Kim started switching us, and blah, 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 and that I fucking hate you, and I don't hate you.
You shifted the blame on me for the show not succeeding.
You took the blame.
Okay.
You took the blame. You took the blame.
4 a.m., man. Started at 4 a.m. We went to 2, then to fucking 12, then back to 2, then to 12 a.m., then to 8. Like, bro, dude, like,
part of it.
Fuck, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And we said okay. And that's the point. But he's making it such a big deal. Like I said no. And I never said no.
He came into VC, man. There's a bunch of other people there. Now, hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me just say this, man. He literally came in and he was like, man, I'm trying to help Cafe out. I want to give them a bit of time slot. Would you cover the gap while I find a space for another show? Right? It wasn't like, hey, Rasov, you want more money? His literal pitch was, I'm trying to help Cafe. And I was like, of course, bro. I'll do 4 hours. Fuck it. Like, it just, yeah. Does that make sense?
What's your point, Rasov? Because this conversation is not about to begin with. I said, what did I say?
No. We only got like 5 more minutes before we start doing the call-ins. But, no. She's not going to sit here and shit on Raslov. Fuck that. He literally is saying that he's going to come in, help you with your time slot stuff. And you're going to sit here and fucking belittle the man? Come on. That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. And to sit here and act like you're any better than him, or like, what's your point? Ma'am, you literally forgot your point like 30 minutes into your original argument. And then you ranted on about shit that nobody cared about. And now you're just sitting here continuing to act like you're some kind of moral superior person. Fuck off with that. People like that piss me off. It's like they act all morally superior.
I figured it out what Keemstar could do for a schedule. Are you ready? This is my prediction.
Yeah, go ahead with it.
Okay? Everybody's gonna be pissed. Except Lolcow. So everybody's moving to a 3-hour stream. They're gonna cancel gaming. They're gonna cancel cafe, and then you would have 8 3-hour shows, and it would be starting at 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. is Lolcow test. The lowest performing show is going to get the dead hour.
Right.
Because also remember, that's 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern. So when you factor in Pacific time as well, that's 3 hours before. To me, that's the deadest hour. That's why they didn't want to get on at 6. They're the lowest performing show at that point, if that's what happens. So 6 to 9 is test. 9 a.m. to noon is Aussie. Aussie's already been around this time slot somewhat. So this makes sense. And then we would get nerds from noon to 3, which is somewhat similar to their current time slot. We would get milkers from 3 to 6. And we would get Lolcow live from 6 to 9, which would eat up a lot of that prime time real estate, giving Boogie and Keem a lot more money. And that would bump Queens from 9 p.m. to midnight. They won't be too happy about that, them taking a little bit of bite there. It's getting kicked midnight to 3 a.m. And then Lolcow Madhouse is your middle of the night show, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Remember, Joffe is on the West Coast, so for him, that show would start at 1 in the morning. But Madhouse is definitely a late night show.
Right.
What do you think, Tim? Do you think this is plausible?
I can see it happening. There's no guarantee, but I can see it happening. I can see.
And you know how before he said the weekends are free for everybody? I have a feeling he's going to say, no, we're going back to streaming every day.
Yep.
Every day, and now 3 hours, not 2 hours.
I can see that happening. I could also see it going where he's like, we'll keep the weekends off, or we'll take one day off a week or something like that. Like each show gets one day off.
Say if you have to take off, you have to take off. What he'll probably say is if you have to take off that day, just don't stream that day. Leave that time open.
Yeah, for whoever wants to jump in and stream.
Or nobody. It could just actually be open time. I'm saying, like, you know, emergencies happen. People won't be able to stream every fucking day. But if Keem, as long as Keem isn't too, like, as long as he says, he goes, guys, you know, obviously I want you to fucking stream at least 5 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week. And then he doesn't worry too much about them streaming 6 or 7 days a week for workload reasons. As long as he does that, and then he stays hands off with the shows and lets them run their thing, I think that's what he's going to end up doing. Yeah, I think a lot of these shows are going to suffer being 3 hours. Everybody remembers Raw went from 2 hours to 3 hours on the USA Network years ago, and it made the shows worse.
Oh, yes, it did. It made the show 10 times fucking worse because then, like, you had to write for more hours for more shit that people in the end just did not care about. They just did not give a shit whatsoever.
But speaking about, you know, shows going now, I know from our personal experience, we run a 2 to 3 hour show, and we're in the 3rd hour now, and that's when we start winding down. Honestly, we've seen 45 minutes of this show. I'm already done with it. I'm done with this clip. I'm ready to go to the Discord. We could talk to our audience about what they thought. We can give our final thoughts in there. We could chat in there. Is there anybody waiting in there?
Let me take a look. Let me go full screen on my end.
We'll meet you over there, sir. I'll meet you over there.
Let's see, and I'm going to read some chats while we're at it. The first one says, Fizzness goes, there's no way Keem can control all these shows in the first place. Too many personalities, too many issues. Let's see here. In each person, look at how many people have crashed out already. That's very much so true. And Eli Gaming goes, what did I miss? You missed out a lot. A lot of crazy stuff happened. It was 3 hours for Raw. It was pointless. It should be 2 hours like SmackDown. Fully agree on that one. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead, hop out of this. We're going to go hop into the studio. Oh, yeah, wrong place. Let me hop here. Grab you. There you go.
Is this the right place?
Yep.
All right, so everybody that wants to join can come on the living room table. This is the post show officially. So we're going to start doing this when we do streams. Towards the end, we're going to have a little post show for the audience members to talk and chit chat about what we just seen. Right now, just me and Tim's are in here, so open invitation to anybody. And yeah, we'll just chill out.
Pretty much so.
Why's my camera on? My camera on or off? No.
Your camera was on, and then you turned it off.
It's off. It's on or off right now.
It's on now. So I'm gonna drop a
this
link.
Is on?
Yeah, this is on.
I can't see myself. I can't see myself in it.
That's fucking weird. But
Hold on, let me re-enter.
Let's see here. I'm dropping a link to the server in the chat, so anybody that's watching it right now live can hop in and give their thoughts and opinions about the situation. Let me go ahead and swap over to the server. And here you go.
All right.
All you need to do is just hop into the waiting room, into the VC that says call in, leave a message saying that you're there, and I will drag you into the call.
Yeah, and if we get nobody in here, we're definitely off air before 6 o'clock because we got to see what's going on with Lolcow tonight. If they're even on tonight, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I mean, I figure we can give our final thoughts while we're waiting for people to join if they join.
Right. You wanted me to give my final thoughts? Or you want to give your final thoughts?
I'll go ahead first. You know, at the end of the day, honestly, I think a lot of these people that started working with Keem, in a lot of ways, they're kind of sold their soul. And really, I think they'd be better off. Everybody just sort of left the LCU and just did their own thing with their own rules. Maybe, yeah, they'd be less successful in some ways, but they'd also keep a bigger share of the pie. They keep a bigger share of their self-respect instead of dealing with this bullshit. Like part of what makes doing YouTube awesome is autonomy. The ability to choose when you do content, the ability to choose when you live stream, when to upload. Keem wants to turn that and make that into a 9 to 5, which goes against everything YouTube fucking stands for. So, Beans and Ken, I suggest just going off on your own.
I was gonna say, his thing is that he's all about profiting. He's all about how much money can I make off this, because YouTube has gone to a point now that a lot of people can't make the money that they used to make because ad revenue is completely down. I'm double checking as I'm talking here. Ad revenue's gone completely down the drain. People can't afford what they used to afford. And YouTube's taking left and fucking right of everything that a creator makes. And again, you struggle to even get advertised. Even getting the YouTube Partners program, it's a pain in the ass to get full monetization. And it only takes one little thing, and you could be stripped of your monetization just like that. And not to mention,
how long have you been waiting to get monetization? How long have you been waiting for monetization?
5 years.
5 years.
That's how long I've been
They
working
really need
towards
to
it.
drop the requirements down. Don't you think they should drop the requirements down?
They're not going to. Money is the problem.
Well, again, you could put ads. Okay, I've had videos before get thousands of views. You could easily have ads put on them. If they should drop the requirements down. Off completely. Advertisers could be on all videos, and you get a share of whatever you put out view-wise.
I'm gonna say, did I bother to tell you YouTube does monetize your videos, but you don't get a cut of it?
Yeah, you're right. See, that's the problem right there.
They do put ads. They don't run ads specifically on the video itself, but they put ads next to your video. Sometimes they might put a beginning ad. Sometimes they may not. It depends on the channel and how many videos you've watched. Let's see, in Chaotic Jersey says, this isn't major channels such as Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and whatnot who are still able to thrive even now. Yeah, because Markiplier has thousands and thousands of sources to make money. PewDiePie sat on his YouTube money in savings accounts and investment accounts, so he's set for life. Jacksepticeye did very similar.
Buy rate per minute is very fluctuated.
Right.
But I hear, tell me if I'm right or wrong, for every 1,000 views, you get about $22. Is that the average?
Anywhere from $40 to $100 per 1,000 views.
Okay, again, if the requirements were lowered or removed and you just put ads on everything, then considering I've had about 40,000 total views since last May on my channel, that would be how much money? Let me get the calculator out.
Let's say you get 0.07% of a dollar for every view you get. That's how the math breaks down.
So let's say I've had 40,000 views this year on my personal channel. 40,000 views times $40 an hour. We'll go on the low end of it. Or no, that's not how you would do that. Fucking idiot. Okay, 40,000 views is 40 times 40. Okay. And then times 0.7. I would have made $1,100 this year on YouTube.
I'll say
not much, but it'd be something, right?
For me, I'm at 153,533 views.
In your career?
Yep. In my span of since making content since apparently March 11th, 2015.
Okay, so if we did the calculator math on that, we'll say what you make per year. You take 153,000 divided by 10 years, you average 15,300 per year. Then you would take divided by 1,000. 15.3 times $40. You would times 0.7. You would have made $428 per year, which would have been a grand total of $4,284 this decade in ad revenue.
And while
Instead, you have to wait to get into the program.
And not to mention, see, that's modern day. Back when YouTube was running full-time ads on everything, you got 0.15% for every dollar. From the time span of 2009 to 2017, 0.15%. So like 15 cents to every dollar that YouTube made. And now you see how, and if you ran mid-roll ads, you would get even more. Because the way the ads work, is that even though that was the viewership per ad you played, you got $5 to $10 per ad at the beginning, $5 to $10 per ad at the end. Mid-roll ads were up to $15 per ad you played.
And I know I don't bore the audience with this talk about YouTube internals and whatnot, but this is all very relevant and important to what's going on in the LCU. Why are all these people selling their souls to Keem for the quick cash? Because it's hard to get in the partner program, because it's difficult to make money on YouTube, and Keemstar gives you a fast track alley.
Yeah, the literal highway to hell.
Ken and Beans aren't entertaining enough to maintain on their own, and they're not confident enough to go out on their own.
It's like, Lynx, how does she make most of her money? Like, I made jokes at her expense earlier, but how does Lynx make her money? Not through the resin statues, not through YouTube. It's through the Patreon, because she does OnlyFans style stuff. That's how a lot of creators make money these days. It's either Patreon or it's like or Patreon, OnlyFans, or their own merch shop where they get nearly 100% of all the revenue they make. For example, Patreon, the way it works, if you choose to do PayPal like the majority of people do, they take 10% off of that, and then PayPal takes another 10% of that. So you get 80% of what you make on that if you choose PayPal. If you choose to do directly to your bank, I forget the name of the system they use, they only take 3.5% of that. And that's to pay the fees to them. And 2% of that pays the partnership they have. They keep 1.5%. You keep the rest. So you keep nearly 95% of everything you make. And that goes directly into your bank account. And a lot of people on Patreon make anywhere from $1,000 to like $10,000 per month, if not more. I've seen as high as $50,000 a month.
And now my neighbor's blowing leaves.
I was wondering what that was.
To my fucking lawn right now, while I am trying to do a fucking podcast. They're literally out there blowing their leaves onto my fucking lawn after they mowed the yard and disrupted the first part of the show.
I wonder if they're watching the show right now and they're just picking like the best times to fuck with you.
Probably. Anyway.
Maybe it's Boogie.
I do apologize to the audience for all the noise, for all the ridiculousness, especially in the first part of the episode. But I don't apologize for the rant. I like the rants.
Well, the rants have been hysterical.
I know you were laughing your ass off at me. You were laughing your ass off at me earlier.
You're just fucking flailing and you're losing it and your mic completely cut and I was laughing my ass off.
Like, that happened too. I boogie-fied the mic.
Like, do you?
You want to go ahead and can you throw a timer on screen?
Let's see. I can throw up my clock. But that would take me out of full time. Or out of full screen, but I could put it up on the side.
Yeah, let's put up a 5-minute timer. We're going to give 5 minutes for an audience member to get in here, or else we're going to go ahead and end the stream. So, if you want to give your final thoughts, now's the time.
Yeah, because the timer started right now, so the clock is ticking.
Just 5 minutes. That's all you got.
So, while the timer's going, well, I'll go ahead and give my final thoughts then. At the end of the day, at the end of all of this, if I was Ken and Beans, I would just fucking go, you know what, fuck it. This is not worth it. Not worth my time, not worth my effort. Just do something else. Because obviously, the show's... I don't like to phone cut out again. Because honestly...
Man, can you even talk over the leaf blower at this point? Can you even talk over the fucking leaf blower?
I can. My microphone's powerful. And I've got enough juice cranking
Dude,
into
it's
it.
a fucking jet engine over here.
Oh, I can hear it. That was fucking hysterical.
My God.
So, sounds like a jet engine. You look at my new Michael Myers t-shirt while I bring it up just a little bit higher, then so I can finish off what I was saying. So anyways, so honestly, if I was them, I would just quit and do something else, because clearly it's very clear you're not wanted on the show. It's very clear that Keemstar, especially Boogie, really doesn't want you on the show. They really don't want you working on it. And honestly, the audience is not showing up to give the support necessary to keep you on. If I was Keemstar and I was looking at what shows I was going to cut, Cafe would be one of them, because I'd be looking at the metrics and going,
Cafe,
because I'm like, and then I want to do, I would do Madhouse just to piss off Joffrey. Just to piss him off.
Madhouse is safe. Keemstar already said Madhouse is safe.
The reason I would do that,
actually one of the better entertaining shows too.
The reason why I would say that, just to get Joffrey on, to get him to rant some more. And give him something to bitch about on his show.
Madhouse is actually doing cool shit. They're going to a haunted hotel.
That is, I want them to rant about stupid shit while they're doing whatever it is they're doing. So it keeps the Lolcow entertainment point.
I never watch. I never watch Test. I never watch Test.
I don't get the purpose of Test. I would cut Test, honestly. I'm being dead serious. If I was Keemstar, I would
Test
cut.
Does better than Cafe.
I would cut
Test
them.
Does much better than Cafe.
I would cut Cafe, cut them completely. I don't know about gaming, so I would need to take a look and see who is at gaming and what their metrics are. But
it's the worst performing. It's 20 viewers, literally, dude.
Well, if it's 20 viewers, then whoever the fuck is doing it, get the fuck out. I'm gonna put new people in there.
Glammy on her 5th chance as a host on a Lolcow show.
Fuck off. Just fuck off. I get her the fuck out.
Get off here.
Time is ticking.
Glammy, we'll let you be the 3rd over here.
Time is ticking, gentlemen, and I don't see anybody else, and we only got a minute left. So.
A minute 30. So before we do get out of here, though, I do have to say, why don't you tell people what's going on next week, why you ain't going to be on the show, what we're doing in a couple weeks, what's going on?
So this weekend, I'm going to be heading down to Florida to go referee a big state tournament with my brother Buck. So I'm going to be stuck down there all weekend long, taking care of business there. So we will be taking next week off, but clips will be coming up on the channel. And if I have time, I'll make some shorts and I'll post them on the channel as well with some of my thoughts and what might be happening.
You could do, you don't have to make new content, but if you're clipping, do clips from episode 15 as well. Not just 16, because we didn't really get any clips out of 15. So we got 2 shows you can clip off of.
Yeah, the last 3 episodes, I plan on grabbing clips from all of them, ones that I missed, and posting them up. And then the other thing,
couple clips, yeah.
And then the other thing is that, and when we do come back next week, I might be changing the setup again in 2 weeks. I might be changing the setup again. Time's pretty much up at this point, but and
Monday. Let's see, Monday May 12th is when we should be back with another live stream.
Yep. The time's up, ladies and gentlemen.
And when we come back, we're gonna talk about the new LCU and whatever the fuck's going on at the time. But we're gonna enjoy our week off. Definitely check out our personal channels. I'm RJ Game News USA. I did a total fucking rant about The Last of Us Season 2. Tim's, have you seen it?
I have not yet. I've been reserving that until later this evening.
Absolutely go watch it. It's like 6 minutes long, I think. It's fucking hilarious. Check that out. I got a lot of live streams planned on the channel. So, dude, I love the audience, man. So hit me up over there. Tim's, you got any final words before we scoot on out?
For me, I've got some more drum covers coming up, some unique ones that I haven't done, or songs that are not typical of what I cover are coming up. I'm also going to be hopefully live streaming some of the refereeing and some of my thoughts about the wrestling. And you even might get a chance to talk to my older brother, who's an M1 referee, which, in case you wonder what that means, he could go in and officiate the Olympics if he wanted to. He is that high ranking of an official.
Now, please tell me, before you go down, sometime this week, before you go down, are you going to do an epic or trash about that Masonic guy I sent you?
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's the plan.
You gotta let me know when that is.
And then I will have an episode of Tech Talk recorded and upload it before then as well. And I'm going to talk, because I missed it last week because everything got so crazy for me. But I'm going to have some special news. I'm going to talk about the Switch again because that's just been one of the craziest things happening. I am going to discuss...
Let's go.
I'm going to discuss the tech news going on around NVIDIA and AMD and how much they've fucked up the PC market. And the discussion of whether or not if tariffs are going to end budget gaming PC as we know it. That is going to be absolutely insane. So make sure you don't miss that episode. So subscribe to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to RJ. And well, until next time, this is Horror House Media and
RJ Game News USA signing out.
Have a great one, everyone. Also, fuck you, RTU. Oh, fucking assholes. What do I feel like playing? Because I don't feel like playing that song today. What do I feel like playing? What do I feel like playing? I feel like playing something. What do I feel like
I'll
playing?
mute myself so you can...
What do I feel like playing? Because oh, you know, I could play. Here you go. Here you go, RTU. Here's some advice for you.
You look like a bitch. You look like a bitch. You sound like a bitch. You sound like a bitch.
You gotta stop being a bitch
till December,
cause this is no bitch November.
No bitch November.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bitch, you talk like a bitch. You talk like a bitch. You gotta stop
being a bitch till December, cause this is no bitch November.
No bitch November. Oh, fuck yeah, bitch. My new November tradition is 30 days without your bitch. All I really want for Christmas is 1 month